see them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo.
My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo.
Protect us. What kind of answer is that? What kind of answer says that we have to live with our killers and be ready to pay ransom to them if we want to live in peace? I mean, what kind of unity agreement is that? So if they had allowed us when they were raising us to be bold enough to ask questions whenever they were telling us things or whenever we observed things, imagine you if your own 7-year-old son is asking you that, sir, how come Nigeria is so bad? Why can't Nigeria break up if these people cannot fix Nigeria? And to you, that is too much for a 7-year-old child to ask. Why would you think it's too much for a 7-year-old child to ask you, why can't Nigeria break up? When that same child is given birth to in the era of internet, in the era of www, you are spending money raising your child to be a 21st century compliant child. And that child comes to you, daddy, Nigeria cannot generate electricity for the whole 200 million people. Nigeria cannot provide health care for 200 million people. Nigeria cannot guarantee security for 200 million people. Nigeria cannot guarantee good economy to create jobs for the young people. Nigeria cannot guarantee good education, solid education. The president of Nigeria had to receive health care outside Nigeria. Politicians in Nigeria go abroad. They send their children abroad for education. Now your child comes to you, the father, mother, asking you that, why can't Nigeria break up if they cannot fix it? And you are telling that child to stop saying it. Stop saying that. Nigeria can never break up in Jesus' name. Is that an answer? Is that an answer? That's not an answer. That 7-year-old child is living in the world that you should have been living in years ago. And because you refuse to live in that world you were then, they were telling you that prayer is the answer. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the master key. Jesus answer with prayer and answer with prayer. Jesus is the answer. I'm not mocking your religion. I'm just trying to let you remember that all of these things are social constructs that you must not pass on to your child. How can you be paying 400,000 naira school fees on your children and they come back home to ask you vital questions? And why? Because you don't have the answer. And you tell them, it's because of bad leaders. Nigeria just have bad leaders. We are praying that one day God will just bring good leaders. That's not an answer. It's not an answer. You are passing down your own social construct to your children. You shouldn't. We are working on you to try to deconstruct you so that you can begin to know that, yes, prayer is the answer to all things. Yes. But listen, if you have been paying attention, maybe God has been telling you that, no be me, no be me. See, no be me give you those leaders. Stop blaming me. I'm not the one that will give you electricity, okay? I'm not that will give you good health care. But you have not been listening. Probably you are thinking, now the devil, they tell you, say, no be God, they talk. Now God. Yes, prayer is the answer. Are you with me? Prayer is the answer. Prayer is the master key. You know, master key open all doors. But don't be all master key, they open all doors. If you have asked questions, you probably have known that, yes, the master key open all doors. I mean, many doors can open multiple. Okay, let's put it this way. Maybe if we have been allowed to ask questions about the master key, normally the person that constructed prayer is the master key. He himself will say, well, prayer is the master key, but this master key can only open some multiple doors, which you have to specify. Okay? Master key doesn't open all doors. It opens multiple doors. There are some doors that some master keys will not open. So if we had been constructed that way, at that point you will know that no be prayer go bring electricity. Omo, no be prayer. Nobody will then be deceiving you and say, when you pray well, God give you leaders with good brains that will then build. Come on. That's too much. Okay, it's manipulation. Okay, don't let your own child be like that. That's not an answer. When your 7-year-old child come to you, son, and say, "Daddy, what is wrong with Nigeria? How can Nigeria be unable to defeat terrorism?" And you say, see, Junior, I don't even know why. Only God knows the answer, okay? They have been fighting this terrorism for years. They have done a lot. We have even elected a new president. You see, that thing is the devil. Something is behind it. We don't know the answer. Junior, that's why we are praying that one day, please, don't say that to Junior anymore. Please. Don't let Junior grow up believing that now God could give electricity. Because Junior is smart. One day, Junior will ask you that, "Daddy, shey God hates Nigeria ni?" And if you say, "No, why? How come God has been giving Nigerians bad and criminal leaders?" You will not have the answer. Bros, don't manufacture an answer. Some of us that were asking questions when we were kids, we were told that we were too smart. You see, this your mouth. One day, this your mouth go put you for trouble. This your mouth go put you for trouble. Sheyi, stop, shut up your mouth. Shut. Since they have been telling us when we gain admission into school, and we are seeing lecturers assaulting young girls, abusing them, assaulting them. Since we don't want to get into trouble, since I'm not the one the lecturer is assaulting, my mommy said I should always mind my business, so that this my mouth will not put me for trouble. Now, when you now graduate, and you start working, you see your colleague stealing, looting, and you say, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I don't want to put trouble in my head. I don't want my mouth to put me in trouble. Say, Omoyele Sowore arrested. They say, you see, how this life, we should be careful. We should be careful of what we say. I know that when Sowore said Buhari is useless, I know they will arrest him. That's too much. How can you say Buhari doesn't have brain? That's too much. That's not criticism. Bros, please, don't let Junior grow up like you. There's nothing wrong if you know that somebody no get brain. Just say they no get brain. It doesn't mean that they should arrest you. Why should they arrest you when you are telling them what you observe? They will be the one to prove to you that they have brain. You don't slap somebody and say, "Don't say that." Please don't do that. That is what they did to us. They assaulted us. They bullied us to accept those construction, those kind of social construct. If we begin to make our own children believe in us that they can ask any question, okay? They can. They are free to. They will tell you what is bothering them. They will share with you. They will build their confidence through that by sharing. They will know that, and so that they will not be available for those who are going to manipulate them for their own selfish interests. That is what the politicians are doing. When you see Egbon, when somebody educated person, somebody that is educated, and is writing, defending policy of the Bokwari APC, and you are like, bros, then swear for you. I understand that it is all right to be patriotic Nigerian from outside Nigeria. Yes, very good. Stable electricity. Your mortgage is being paid. Your salary is being paid regularly. If any of your children should fall sick, there is a healthcare plan for them. Your pension is being deducted, and you know that nobody will steal your pension. So you can sit down and tell all of them that, listen, Rome was not built in a day. Egbon, we know that Rome was not built in a day. All of us know that. But what you didn't know, or you refuse to tell everybody, is that as people were busy building Rome, they were not looting Rome. Do you get that now? You cannot be building and looting again. When they were building Rome, other people were not looting Rome. You cannot be encouraging us to accept those who are looting Rome, your Nigeria, and pretending to be building the Rome. You want us to agree that they are building Rome. At the same time, Rome na basket. If you take them, I mean, your Nigeria Rome, if you take them to the stream, go take and fetch water now and see how many of that water you go take offshore. So when they were building Rome, people were not stealing money from Rome. Remember that, so that you don't tell people that Rome was not built in a day. Okay, we know that. And then also you should remember that. I am asking you that we all have a role to play, no matter how little, no matter how tiny. These roles sounded like they are very, very important and vital. Social construct, mind construction. These are the things that they have used, using religion, using tribal bullying, using cultural, non-existing cultural, respect. In Yoruba land, they say if person a thief, it no matter how rich the thief be, thief na thief. Okay, there is nothing respectful in calling chief thief, chief ole, chief anene, or chief gbewiri. There is nothing respectful in that. Just say ole, you are a thief, right? It's very straightforward, so that you don't become a manipulative person too, because they can use you. Word is very powerful. And mind is a very, very powerful tool. Do you know that? That our mind is a very powerful tool. That if you don't use it well, somebody can build your mind, construct your mind to use you for their own what do you call it, sinister agenda, and you won't even know. You won't know. Where do you think this ideology comes from? That somebody will tie bomb to his own body or her own body because he believes that he's going to heaven. The person that convinced him to put the bomb on to go and bomb people. Why did that person not put that bomb on to go and bomb the people? Does that person not want to go to heaven? It's the mentality, it's the mind. When your mind becomes so porous with so many things and you are unable to process them, you don't have the mentality to, then somebody will come in, will jump in, right? And they can plant their own seed of what they want you to be. You will just be talking nonsense. You will be talking in the nonsense, talking in the rubbish, and you'll be making sense to yourself. Imagine somebody that will come out and say, there are, okay, let me put it this way. There are Yorubas who are now refugees in Benin Republic, and somebody, educated person, because he wanted you to see it differently, because he think he's smart, then he will start saying, the people will return. There are other people also. There are other people in Cameroon. There are people in Niger Republic. There are also Hausa Fulani there too. There's nothing wrong if a crisis happens and then people turn to refugee in Benin Republic. You say, Baba, you dey mad? You get mental problem or you never check them? Like that's the first thing that will come to. Okay, let me put it this way. Have you ever read comments online where you just be like, somebody will be writing something about something, right? They are reacting to a post, maybe something like Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi says Fulani herdsmen, they have the right to carry AK-47, which is true, the news, right? Then you will be under that you will see so many people that will say, this Bala Muhammad, a madman. This is why Fulani herdsmen are this. You know, that kind of comment. They will all look alike. Reaction to, are you mad? You the craze? So Fulani can carry AK-47. We know if we carry them. You the mad? Which kind of regime be that? Yeah. Some people will be reacting that way. Then you just see this one person. Yeah. They will come under that post. they will say there is nothing wrong in people carrying Fulani as men carrying AK-47. We know that they came from Chad, Mali, and all these places. They have no place in Nigeria, and everybody doesn't want them. So they have no education, and the only thing they have is to protect themselves. So what is wrong if they carry AK-47 and you read the name Kazeem Olatunse? I'm sorry if your name comes to mind, okay? It's just random, okay? Kazeem Olatunse, you say, Kezi, you the craze? What are you even talking about? Their Fulani comes from Chad, Mali, and because they have no place to go, they decide to stay in the forest. Then people are saying they don't want them. Where do you want them to go? So they need the gun to protect themselves. And against who? Against the people they are kidnapping and killing, destroying their farmland, Abi. Kazeem, you the craze? Sorry if your name is Kazeem and you are not like that, okay? You know what I'm talking about now anyway, yeah. So you just see that person. And when you are reading that comment, I don't know if you have found yourself in that situation, right? When you are reading that comment, like you are reading every comment, everything is saying, Bala Mohammed, you are mad. Bala Mohammed, you are crazy. Oh, Yorubas must not accept. Oh, ESN will not take it. You know that kind of comment, yeah? All of that looking good. You are reading. You are laughing. You are laughing. Then you see Kazeem Toye. They say, you click on it, say, what's it Kazeem the type? How come Kazeem had this long comment? And you started reading it. And you start feeling like, okay. The same people have become, we have refugees, Yoruba refugees in in Benin Republic because they are chased away from their villages by Fulani terrorists. So you are reading Kazeem, say, okay. And then you started feeling this anger that, I'm going to reply Kazeem. Have you ever felt like that? Then you started typing what you want to say to Kazeem. Then you delete it again. Because you think, oh, if I type this one, they will ban me. Let me type another one. Have you ever felt that way? It is called social construct. Unfortunately, there's this saying that you must be very, very careful of foolish people in large numbers. Because in a democracy, they can elect a president. Do you know that? Do you know? You see, some of you know what I'm talking about. I think the juiciest part of Mayego's Diary broadcast is when I begin to paint that scenarios and you find yourself like, you can picture yourself in that scenario and you'll be like, oh my God, that is talking about me. I mean, that's me. That, you know, I think that is the interesting part of Mayego's Diary broadcast, you know, and that's where you probably get yourself fully into the picture. And somehow you you bring life into everything I have been saying. And everything will start making sense. And you'll be like, oh boy, that's true, Sha. So when people who suddenly just come and type this long nonsense, and you think they pay them to type the nonsense, but they are not paid. It is how they are reasoning, it's how they are thinking. But it's not something that probably they are doing for fun. They are not doing it for fun. They have also thought about it. They have thought about it so much that what is wrong if we are Fulani carry AK-47? At least it's just going to protect himself. If nobody goes to him, he's not going to use it anyway, Abi. Do you get that now? He's thought about it, thought about it, and he said, I'm just going to put it out there so that I can educate many, many of you who don't understand why it is okay for a Fulani unregistered Fulani man to carry unregistered assault rifle that is illegal. In Nigeria, it is illegal to carry AK-47. It is illegal. But somebody that is educated and he will type a message and say, what is wrong in that? Do you understand? Or let me give you another example. You know, in Lagos State, the reason why they beat up that comedian Debo Macaroni. Part of the allegation they accused them of when they arrested them at Lekki Toll Gate is that they violated COVID-19 rules. That's why they arrested them. That nobody should come out and do any gathering because of COVID-19 in Lagos. But Tifnumbu, APC, Egbekegbe, and other rogues parading themselves as the authority in Lagos State that many of you actually respect, okay? Not many of my friends, okay? I know people respect them a lot. Tifnumbu and gang, That same law that made their policemen to beat up the NSAS protesters, that same law is not applicable to APC, Egbekegbe. Now, when you now see the video of Tifnumbu and the governor of the state attending APC Egbekegbe gathering to commission bridge, they are commissioning a flyover bridge, in their thousands, and nobody was arrested. Policemen were there, everyone was there, nobody was arrested. So when you now go under such video and you say, hey, CEO, this is the same people that arrested Macaroni, useless people. Somebody will come there and say, my friend, shut up your mouth. That one is different. This one is a very important occasion whereby the governor wanted to showcase the newly built flyover bridge. And it's an achievement that calls for APC manifesto. You will write all that nonsense. Yeah? And you will be reading and you say, Chibuzo. You know, one thing that will first break your heart is this. The person that is writing that comment, his name may be Chibuzo. And you say, Chibuzo, you understand, say, this is a genje, this is a scam. You sat down and you type this long nonsense, then you grab your phone and you say, Chibuzo, you are a fool. Chibuzo, see, you are supposed to be a Biafran. Chibuzo, you are a fake Biafran. Then somebody will come and say, fake account. This is not Chibuzo. And all of that. You know that kind of reactions. You are reacting to people. Somebody typed that message. That person, in his own social construct mind, he disagree with you. What is wrong if Tinubu is commissioning bridge and thousands of people will catch, they will get coronavirus? In fact, are you sure coronavirus is real? The same Chibuzo agree with the police that NSAS protest is going to spread COVID-19. Therefore, let us use our sense now. Come on, let's use our sense. Protest is not going to work anyway. Why are you gathering? You want to spread COVID-19? Do you want to endanger our life? Government is trying to protect us. Come on, let's use our common sense. Chibuzo will not get sense. So we'll be talking about common sense, and people will rush. They will rush Chibuzo. Say, Chibuzo, you are a fool. Chibuzo, you are just an ignorant idiot. Chibuzo, you are not Igbo. Chibuzo, you are not evil. This is a fake. You know that kind of reaction. Some of you, it is time for you to start admitting that indeed there is a Chibuzo who agree with what is going on in Nigeria right now. And if you allow Chibuzo to express his mind, Chibuzo is a product of a system, a manipulative system that constructed him to think like that. Because if Chibuzo should speak his mind, Chibuzo will also be shot at Lekki. Chibuzo will be arrested and dehumanized. And since Chibuzo was raised to keep his mouth shut, you will think there is no Chibuzo. Because how can this Chibuzo be as foolish? But there are foolish Chibuzos. Okay? And it is time for you to accept, to know that there are, you know, where do you think I come about the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Dideris? The Buhari Dins and the Buhari Dideris. Those are the Yoruba Buhari idiots. Okay? Who can tell you about everything Buhari that doesn't exist? And they believe in it so much. Those are the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Dideris. They are the male version. I'm sorry if I'm going to be cracking you up at this point, but I hope I'm passing the message very, very clearly. because that's how I pass my message. Where did you think I come about the names, all those names? And the people they represent? The Buharidins and Buhari Diderins, they are the Yoruba Buhari idiots. Okay? Who knows Buhari more than Buhari himself? They know about Aisha. They know about the Buhari in-law, the Igbo in-laws of Buhari. They know a lot about Buhari that doesn't exist. They are the Buharidins and the Buhari Diderins, the male. The females are the Buhari Dinotus and the Buhari Dijatus. Those ones have a little bit, a little bit touch of religion. You know what I mean? Then the Buhari Shuku, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaharis, those are your brothers and sisters in Igbo land. Don't deny them, please. You know they exist, okay? These are the people who know Nigeria better than Nigeria itself. They know the Nigeria that doesn't exist. That Nigeria live rent in their head. They know how to fix that Nigeria in their head. They are the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaharis. Sorry if your name sounded like one. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's the way I can put it. I don't want to call you other names. I don't want to call them other names, okay? Then you have those who are Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, Yorubas, and the rest of them. Those are the people who pretended to be educated. Okay? We call those ones the sophisticated morons. They cut across all tribes. You see them PhD, doctor, this and that, and all of that. They know a lot about Nigeria that you don't know. They know about the history. They know how to fix Nigeria. They are the sophisticated morons. The obedient fools are the ones who have accepted that this Nigeria is our own. Do you get that now? They cut across all tribes too. Okay? Those are the obedient fools. There is nothing you can do. This is Nigeria. This is what Nigeria is. Let's just pray it gets better. They have submitted to faith. They are not ready to fight anything. Faith. All these things are mentality, inside brain. You should just pick where you belong if you are in any way part of them. But if you are a rebel like me, congratulations. Don't let anybody tell you you are wrong. You are not wrong. Do you get that now? The obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves. These are those. You see those sophisticated morons and the obedient fools. The obedient fools are those who knows that this is it. This is our life. This is what it is. I will just take my chance. I will be an humbled slave to propel the gospel of one Nigeria as long as I can get fed something, any crumb. Then you have those we called the social media adsmen, the Facebook bandits. Those are the ones, who God knows, I don't know how to put them. Those are the ones who have formed as Boko Haram, the armed version of APC, as they continue to subsidize and no, it's not subsidize. They call it something. Diversify, diversify from Boko Haram, full Boko Haram, to all manner of terrorism you have today. As you have the armed, on the ground Boko Haram, you have the, as Fulani men and Fulani herdsmen too, you have the social media bandits and Facebook herdsmen. They also have their brothers and sisters abroad. Those ones are called the the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers. It's a long story, but they are the abroad version of the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins in Nigeria. You see those kind of social constructs of all this category of people. It means that they cut across everywhere. So we must deconstruct the mind. That's where we are going. When you now find yourself, wherever you find yourself here, you need to be able to define what really keeps you as part of Nigeria, what should keep us. Okay, so we need to begin to spread the message that we encourage, civil society groups in Yoruba land, if we don't have enough, we should begin to raise them, okay? So we should begin to encourage them to change this social mindset of taking all the wrong things as the right things. And like I said, we should all be very, very careful of foolish people in large numbers because they can elect a president. Remember this, and you will have peace. Let me show you something. Part of the, the criminal enterprise running the system in Nigeria, why we should begin to ask ourselves, isn't it time to go back to that negotiation table and discuss whatever that agreement is or was? They should bring it out now. We want to know what that agreement was that binded Nigeria together. And while we are waiting for that, we need to continue to put pressure, mount pressure, continue to push it on those who are currently the current usurpers, the current marauders. I'm not talking about this one. It's a Yoruba man. Some of you asking for Ikene Shatabandu. It's no longer, Today, by the way, today, he got his own JAG. He got his own COVID-19 vaccine. Whenever they are discussing anything important, he's not really allowed to come close. So somebody asked me about him today, and I said I'll find his picture the last time we saw him. However, he was also in Abuja today to receive his own JAG. The first person to get his is Bokuwari. Yeah, Bokuwari. Then after him, Shatabandu got his own. After him, I think this is the bigger picture. I think you can see both of them here. And I think I also have this, a country of 200 million people, no scientist to develop vaccine for a major pandemic. Rather, they paid, the other country who could develop them 200 million, giant of Africa, like the rest of other African countries where they were also waiting for the vaccine as it is now, okay? We didn't develop any in Nigeria. This is Bokuwari receiving his own JAG today. Please, if they offer you the vaccine, I advise you to please take it. It is voluntary, and I hope you do. But if you don't, if your own belief doesn't really, please remember, when you take your JAG, you are saving the rest of us. It is not, I'm not saying you have to compulsorily, but if you do, you will be saving us. But Bokuwari. I don't know if that has any sound in it. And anyway, so see, I shouldn't have played that first. I should have played the first one, then I'll play this because some of you will start with your own speculation now again. That's not the reason why I showed you. I just wanted you to see that he's leading by example. They dragged the mannequin out today to inject him. So I don't know if I should be laughing. I'll come back to that. Okay. However, the what do you call it? Where's that video? Let me see where. There's something I wanted to share with you. It is the Tifnumbu today in Lagos, where he was cited attending what do you call it? Their regular. I think it was commissioning of a bridge in Lagos. Okay, so there's a video I want to share with you. Part of why the conversation around renegotiating what Nigeria is, where is this place of the Yorubas in Nigeria? Everybody should take this serious, okay? We should begin to mount pressure on our people, that they should begin to demand that whatever that agreement Nigeria signed into, that agreement that says they should send their Fulani terrorists to Yoruba land to destroy our farmlands so that we can rely on food from the northern Nigeria. That's not Yoruba. That's not who we are. Okay? The reason why they told us they are bringing their cows to the southern Nigeria is simply because it is more there's more vegetation in southern Nigeria. Their cows can feed more on grass. How come the part of the country that has the best land to grow anything and everything is now the one that we have to rely on tomato from Sokoto, tomato from God knows where? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. As a Yoruba man or woman, you should be interested in discussing that unity of Nigeria that says that is what we have become today. I love this video and I picked it up online, and it's quite interesting that while we are discussing that, while we are finding a way around that, we can also at the same time do this to continue our self-sufficiency in food, production. Watch this.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Tade Wemimo, a recipient of Best Female Farmer Award in Ondo State in 2004. I want to let our people in the Southwest know how we can plant our crops and vegetables inside our compound. It will solve the problem of lack of farmland to cultivate. As you can see in these videos, we planted yams inside bags. We also planted vegetable on top of the yams to serve as mulching during this dry season, which will not be necessary during the rainy season. Meanwhile, we are enjoying the vegetable. Right now, we have planted 400 bags of yams, and we are still planting more. We planted 3 types of yam: white, yellow, and water yams. It is interesting to note that we use rope for staking instead of looking for sticks. This is easy and convenient. Weeding is also minimal. I also want our farmers to note that there are a lot of crops they can plant with bags, e.g. vegetables, tomato, pepper, and so on and so forth. With this method, I believe we can liberate ourselves from the dependency on the Netherlands for all our foodstuffs. We can plant some, at least, by ourselves. We have trained some farmers who have in turn trained some other farmers here in Akure. But I want the training to go around the whole state and the Southwest in general if it is possible. For more information or training, call 0803 475 4122. Thank you.
That's amazing, isn't it? I wish I have it longer than that, right? So this is what Yoruba, this is who we are. We are not beggars. We are not dependents. We are not, we're supposed to be creative thinkers. I was in, I saw farms in the eastern part of Nigeria, and I'm like, how then can they say southern Nigeria needs to depend on the northern Nigeria to survive? Who gave that narrative? Who are those pushing that? And those who are pushing that, can they not see the coordinated effort to further destroy farms in the southern Nigeria And while these are going on, it is pretty much obvious that Nigeria cannot protect the southern Nigeria. Isn't it obvious? If you're allowed to ask them the questions directly, that what is wrong with the Nigerian army from protecting Yorubas, protecting Hausas, protecting everyone from these marauders that they are now giving amnesty to, they are now giving money to. What is wrong in asking? Why should they tell you to go and pray for it? Pray about it. The state of emergency in Nigeria calls for a national negotiation. Yorubas should begin to demand from every representative of Yoruba at every gathering that is called, where they are discussing Nigeria, Yoruba should start demanding from all their representatives, Obas, traditional rulers, to begin to demand for a complete renegotiation of Yoruba's continuous part of Nigeria. That's something you should be interested in. And that is why Oduduwa Republic is so, so important. Educate your children. Educate yourselves. Follow me. Continue to watch Mayegun. You will possibly end up being deconstructed from whatever state of social construct they have done on you. I can do it. Ask my friends. There are many people here that ordinarily 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, there are some that 2 weeks ago, politics is absolute nonsense. Nonsense to them. Today, they feel comfortable listening to the analysis, the linking, the dotting the line, the crossing the T's. It's beginning to make sense to them that they were actually required to get involved to make a difference without having to go and start, fighting anyone, so to say. You have a role to play, but it starts from your mind. If I can manage to help you deconstruct your mind from that mentality of keep your mouth shut, you realize that we have a lot in common. Yeah, we do. We all want to live freely. We all want to have justice. We all want to be respected for who we are. Yes, we have all of that in common. We all want to show empathy, support, care for others. We don't want to be, kind of cold-hearted and all of this angry and all of that. No, we can be that. But it starts from us understanding what is the problem. It is by understanding what the problem is, asking the right questions, that by the time you start getting the right answers, things will begin to change. It starts from your mind. Once again, enjoy this Oduduwa anthem. This is where I'm going to draw the curtains again. Give me your thumb up before you go, okay? Sing this with me. I hope some of you are beginning to get, used to the anthem, I am so sorry that some of you don't speak Yoruba, okay? But the tune, tell me about it. The tune is so beautiful that you can begin to nod when you are listening, won't you? Let's do it again. Yoruba Oduduwa National Anthem before we go tonight. Remember, subscribe, give the like before you go, and share the broadcast with everyone. Good night.
Mayegun ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Still dem talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Máyégún don come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Máyégún don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo.
Máyégún don come, oh yo yo.